What's up, guys? It's okay to be a Trump supporter. It's okay to be a Trump supporter, folks.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it is.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Why do we get such bad reactions to people
answer
who
that question.
are saying that we're Trump supporters?
Son of a bitch.
Why do people come up and try to use violence against us for simply expressing a political opinion?
Because they're afraid.
Yeah. Why are they afraid?
Because Trump's doing so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not only them, though. It's also the mainstream news, though.
Of
right?
course.
Constantly
The fake
concentrated on.
news.
What do you think of Antifa?
Can I say it on Twitter?
Oh, yeah, dude.
They're pussies. They hide behind a mask.
Yep. Why not?
Why not? Why?
Actually, would you like to do it over here? Because there's something else on the other side.
Sure, yeah.
Cool.
Sit,
Awesome.
Sit and talk.
Yeah. So, my name is Dion from the Colored Conservatives, and your name is?
My name is Solo.
Solo. I like that, like Han Solo.
Yeah, or like Red Solo Cup. Yeah.
Red.
I'm going to say high five. It is okay to be a Trump supporter.
Awesome. Thank you.
USA.
That's right. Oh man. That's awesome.
And he's destroying America.
My father came from Czechoslovakia, became a USA citizen.
Oh, good for him.
Went through that. My husband is French. He became a USA citizen.
Oh well, thank you. Guys.
My family's conquistadors from Spain.
Uh-huh.
You know what? But it's all about the Republic.
So how do you feel about him building a wall on a desert, on the sand? How do you feel about Puerto Rico still building without full power and they pay taxes?
I came legally here
Yeah.
35 years ago, so if I did it, everybody
And I
could
have
do it.
friends.
But
I have
what
friends.
about the not the immigration policy, but the fact that they're still without power from the hurricane, and Trump went out there and tossed them paper towels. You know what I'm saying?
Supplies, though. Their government
We're
needs the
skipping
supplies.
a little
But
bit
they're
around.
still without power, and it's now 2020. It's been almost 3 years now. You know what I'm saying?
I have friends.
But they still pay taxes, right?
I have friends.
And if that had happened here in the U.S., what happened with Katrina? It still took a whole long for the relief. However, I'm actually from Texas. I'm from Austin and Corpus.
Oh, cool.
And Trump actually came down with the whole speech and everything, and there wasn't really too much damage. It was flooded, but there wasn't that much damage. But Austin got more help than Puerto Rico, and these people didn't even have clean water to drink. And I could see maybe, giving relief, but the way he tossed them paper towels, like you guys are just shit.
So
You know what I'm
let me
saying? Not even sandwiches or bottled water,
let me say
but paper towels.
so let me say that video is actually taken completely out of context.
I mean, how else can you spin it? I mean, he literally was throwing them paper towels like they were garbage. I mean, it would have been one thing. Maybe you're giving them sandwiches and water. You know what I'm saying?
It's all in the eye of the beholder.
I mean, anything really is in the eye of the beholder.
It is, exactly.
Sorry, guys, I don't mean to cut in real quick,
Sure,
but
go ahead.
something that I think is really important is you guys are having political discourse now.
Right.
Nobody is fighting. Nobody is screaming at each
Sure,
other.
yeah.
And that's the
And you
important
know what
part.
really kills me is so many people get so mad and so angry about things that not only do they not discuss things, but they're willing to attack each other. Our side does it too. I'm not going to sit here. I'm a Republican, but I know my side definitely does it too. But I see people that are constant, and I live in Seattle, so it's deep blue.
And
But
you
I
can-
am constantly
go
being
ahead.
attacked. I've been attacked 26 times. Brass knuckles, piss bottles, bricks, baseball bats. We've been assaulted so many times. And we're just, I'm Muslim, I'm disabled, I'm brown, my co-host is black. I mean, it's like I'm not trying to play the identity politics card.
But you are.
It's mostly white
By
liberals.
saying it.
It's mostly white liberals that come up to me and are like, "You're a white supremacist." Really?
But see, but what we're talking about, and your point is valid, yes. But what we're talking about is no. I'm willing to be open and stuff. Yeah, same. I want to hear.
As humanity.
That's why I asked why. I didn't say no, I hate you. I said why. Right?
And I appreciate
Because
that. Yeah.
I want to know, because the facts are, you have a president, that does attack people, and he does it in a malicious way, like that reporter who was disabled on his arms, and he was like, nah. Come on now. I wouldn't even want an associate who thinks that it's okay to do those things, to make fun of a disabled person to the point where you're like going like this, let alone to be like my leader. And then the things that he says, like when you're talking about attack, when those people who were protesting with the signs, he said, punch him in the face. That was what Trump said. That wasn't anybody else. That is a person that you're supporting that is advocating division. He's not coming in and trying to come together. He literally says Mexico's sending rapists and drug dealers, but yet his clothing line is made from Mexico. So why are you attacking some people that you literally are doing business with? That doesn't make any sense.
There's a big difference in between believing in people coming to the U.S. to work and have a better life, which is absolutely what should happen,
Right.
and letting everybody in without any control.
Right.
So,
But don't you
can have
agree
a
there's
line
a
from
way to
Mexico.
say that instead of calling people rapists
He's
and
a
thugs
rough-
as a
he's
gross generalization? There's a way that you should say that. And if you're a president, because that's different than being you and me. Like you're not the president, so I might give you a slide as how you word things and phrase things. But he literally got up on a presidential podium and said these things. There's a better way to word it, and that's where I take issue with Trump, is because he attacks the American people as a whole. You know what I'm saying? When you make gross generalizations and say a whole people are rapists and murderers, not every Mexican person or somebody like that. And then like his water policy that's happening right now, that was from the 1700s, was it not? And now he's trying to put it in place to where we get water from Mexico, when now, I mean, in the 1700s, yeah, we needed to be able to share water, but now in 2020 we don't. We have dams and stuff that has been built, but now there's farmers in Mexico that are starting riots against the Mexican government because, well, if you're trying to make a living, right, and you're just a poor farmer and you need the water, right, but they're not coming to America. We're talking about in Mexico right now, but because Trump is trying to recreate that law and enforce that law, it's putting them without. So what are they going to do? They're going to try to come to our country, right? Because if they can't get the food and stuff that they need by putting this thing, there is a bigger picture, but all drops in the ocean make ocean, right?
Citizens and humans, we have to look at the bigger picture. We have to look at what's insane and what's not. We already know the history of what has happened. We already know how slavery and battle and our history and back to Egypt.
I don't want to talk about that because here's the thing. Like, for example,
no, but wait,
go ahead. I'll let you finish.
I just want to say that we have to think about that. We have to think about our history. We have to think about.
But what does
back
that
in the day,
entail? Thinking about it.
It's about what has happened
and
how
doing
we have
something about it,
survived.
right?
And then I want to say one thing. I'm just going to say this. Donald Trump is he's a businessman.
disgusting
No,
person.
he's a businessman. There's disgusting people
That's right.
all over the street, but he's a businessman.
Okay,
And
the guy, the man said if his daughter wasn't his daughter, he would marry her. Now let's take apart the fact that yes, he is his daughter, but say for example he was just a friend. Say for example he was just a friend. In his mindset, it's okay for a man of his age to marry somebody young enough to be his daughter.
That
You know what I'm
happens
saying?
all the time with the celebrities, anyways.
But it's not. But
So what is
the
the
fact that
issue
he's
with that?
my issue with it is that he's the way that he talks about women, where he says that he can grab them by their private parts, but he used a different word than that. But it's still something that he said. If my father had said something about that, I'd be like, whoa, what are you talking about? You can grab me by my privates? But he used a derogatory. Yes, because he feels like if you have money, women are just all about money. Yeah,
Thanks,
You know what?
yes. No, it's all love. You know, it's all love.
Fine and reasonable.
Yeah, go ahead.
And everybody just debated things and was great.
That's how it should be.
But you believe in freedom of speech, right?
I do.
And then you said, but he got up on a presidential podium.
Yeah.
But how does being presidential squash your right to free speech?
It doesn't squash your right to free speech. If you have something to say, it's a way, because you know the saying,
Well,
it's
you're
not,
saying
it's
he
not
has
what,
to say it a
but here's the,
certain way. Well,
yes,
you know
because
who-
you're a
you know
president.
who's told- you know who's
Because you're a
told- you know what
president, you can't
countries
say those
their
kind of
leaders
things.
Are told what to say.
Do you think it's
communist
okay for your
countries.
leader to say to grab women by the pussy?
I think that my leader can say whatever he
So,
wants.
but you,
in-
so
as a
yes,
version of
your
freedom. Do I
answer is
like
yes.
it?
Your answer is yes.
And
It's
if
okay
he-
for your president to
you
say
know
grab
what,
women by the
whatever they
pussy.
want, but free
That's what
speech
she's saying.
also means you're afforded the ability to lie.
Free speech it means that you can say whatever you want, but we know
Right,
the
it
whole
means you
saying
can
it's not
lie.
what you say, it's how you say it.
And that's-
And so
so you
when
have
you're
the
a
right to
leader,
say whatever you
you
want.
have
However you
but then we also have the right to take that apart. If I wouldn't associate
And
with a
you do,
male,
and that's what I'm
I wouldn't
saying.
associate with a male that says I think I can grab women by the pussy because I have enough money. I would not associate with a man like that
Right.
because he's letting me know what he thinks about women. He
Right.
thinks women are just money hungry. And then, you know, look at the person that he takes for his wife. And he's talking about, you know, foreign people. He doesn't want people from shithole countries like Africa, even though Africa is a continent and not a country. But, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
He's
yeah,
saying that, and then he actually put in...
Stupid too.
Yeah. And but the thing about it is, I want a leader, you know what I'm saying, that understands the difference between a country and a continent. I want a leader that understands that, yeah, rain is rain, but, you know, we need to be paying attention. That's a hurricane and there's a whole country without power. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I don't want a president that's just going to toss some paper towels and be like, yeah, I'm out. You know, I don't agree with those type of things. So I don't take issue with Trump as a person. I take issue as Trump as a person in a presidential state.
As a leader.
Yes, as a leader. That's my issue, because right now,
but we're not, as a free country, we're not afforded the right
to
perfect leaders.
Well, I mean, there's never going to be a perfect person. The only perfect person, you know, is Jesus Christ. You know,
Right.
none of us are perfect.
You're right.
So I'm not, you know, pushing him down. It's
Right.
just the fact that there should be certain people in certain places. When we have somebody who's a leader and like the head honcho of our entire country, he should be able to represent us all. Now, how can a person that says he can grab women by the pussy represent women? And women make up half of America, right? So how can you be? Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm voting for Bernie Sanders. So.
Which is
Yes,
actually my
spill
other
the
side.
burn. Yes.
Why Bernie? Then we wouldn't have two different parties in the Senate.
I'll answer your question in a
We
second.
wouldn't have two different parties in the Senate if there were people that represented us all equally in our thinking and how behavior should be meted out.
Well, and then the other issue that I take with Trump is because he's so controversial, we as Americans spend so much time talking about his actions versus his policies.
You're talking about
you know,
his actions.
yeah, well, because it should be talked about. When you have a president like that and they're saying those things, it should be talked about. We shouldn't even have that discussion. We should have a president
think
where I
we
don't have to
should
worry
be
about
talking
that.
Putting so much effort into his actions, because all it does is do exactly what he's trying to do,
Which
and
is
deflect
divide.
away from.
And that's
the
what I'm talking about.
policies and the
Should we
social
have a
issues.
president? Should we
Yeah.
have a president
But
that
that's
deflects?
Not, but that's
No.
not unusual in politics.
It's not. And just saying that doesn't make it right. Because it's something that's commonplace doesn't mean that there needs to be change. No, we need change in place. Like right now, there's so much trash in our ocean that and our infrastructure hasn't been updated since 1956. Right. And so there are actually yes, I do research, you know what I'm saying? And there's actually microplastics in our bloodstream now because the trash has gotten into our vegetation, it's getting into our animals. So now
But we're not responsible for the whole
we are.
trash.
We are responsible for our infrastructure. If we had a president that wasn't worried about building a damn wall and would build our infrastructure, which would open up jobs, which would make our people safer, you know what I'm saying? Instead, we have.
On a tunnel?
But listen,
That's
we're
new infrastructure.
yeah, but everything is failing. Like I mean, if we talk about Seattle, you look around, there's potholes that are like craters. You go to any bus station, any terminal, the escalators are both broken. The escalators are broken.
How well-traveled are you? 'Cause
I'm-
potholes are everywhere.
I mean, yeah, potholes are everywhere, but I was just throwing that out
Yeah,
since you were
yeah.
talking about, you know, the
But I
tunnel.
mean, to say that
But
we're not working on infrastructure. when
No,
we're
I'm saying
tearing
Trump
out
doesn't have a-
$1 brand new
no, I'm
tunnel, and
saying-
we just tore down an old highway that
no,
was
I'm
built in the
but that's
50s.
state. That's statewide. I'm saying Trump doesn't. Every state has their own budget, right? And then Trump is mostly just signs paper. Oh, wrap it up. But basically, the reason why I want to vote for Bernie Sanders is because he has been in office for so long, you know, and he's been reelected time again. He marched with Dr. King. He's always been on the right side, and he actually has a plan in place, not a PowerPoint like Trump just does this stuff. And he actually is doing things that, like, he's getting ready to cut food stamps, and which will affect already 1 in 5 children in America go hungry. And you know what Trump's response was? That he was like, "Oh, that's false news. It's just that 1 in 5 children only eat 1 time a day." Now, Trump, you eat 1 time a day and tell me you're not hungry. That's not a false statistic. You know what I'm saying? And so you're gonna actually cut this, and you know where he's putting the funding? Into NASA, so that we can go to the moon. That's what his focus is on. His focus is on he's given tax breaks to the rich, and his focus is widening the gap between the rich and the poor when we need to close that gap. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, to me, Trump divides America, and he's controversial. And I really don't think that he should be president. That's just my.
Well, guys, I have to wrap this up. This was really good. We had a lot of great interactions.
Debate you a little bit more,
Yeah.
but, our commenters, they
Yeah.
want to hear more from other people.
Oh,
not
great.
us.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for taking the
Yeah,
time out.
I really
Yes.
appreciate.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
And
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, so I really hope that you liked that video. So remember, YouTube is slow jamming us, taking us out of recommendations, out of suggestions, not giving people notifications whatsoever. So me and Dion have figured out a way to beat them at their own game. What we
reveal.
what we want you to do is we want you to take all of our content, everything that we have on the channel, all the fun stuff, all the man on the streets, the prank videos, the stuff that's actually interesting, not my commentary.
Your commentary is boring as shit, dude.
It's not that bad.
I'm kidding.
So, we need you to take the videos, start downloading them, and uploading them, re-uploading them to your own social medias. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, your own YouTube channels. We will not be filing any copyright complaints whatsoever. We need you to do this because we're going to get the content out there. Me and Dion do not care about money. We don't care about the views on our own channel. We want our message to get out there. So start clipping our videos and posting them everywhere. Obviously, if you do Twitter, you got to clip that shit. If you do Instagram or IGTV, make sure you clip that shit. But post them all over your own social medias. Like I said, no copyright complaints whatsoever. We need y'all's help. Otherwise, YouTube is keeping us way down. It's okay to be white videos. Never get like under 2,000 views in a day. Otherwise, they usually get 50,000 views in the first day.
In the first hour sometimes, yeah.
Help us out, man. Help us out. We're going to beat YouTube at their own game. We're going full communist in this bitch.
We keep seeing comments by saying, how you guys can help us. This is it.
Yeah. Forget donations for right now. I mean, you can donate if you want to, but
don't forget to donate.
But this is more important. Download the videos and start re-uploading them everywhere that you can, all your own social medias. And it has the dual benefit if we get deplatformed by Antifa and those bitch-ass leftists, well, it doesn't matter because our videos are everywhere anyway. They ain't gonna catch us all, are they? Bitch-ass.
So anyways, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.
And stay classy, America.
That's right.